All right, everybody. I'm so excited. Like I said earlier, we are here tonight to learn what to do once you get a new team member. What do you do when someone signs up under you? And this is really a huge thing for me. Um, Melissa, I just said Heidi Sawyer. If you haven't done Heidi Sawyer's Level Up, message me directly, Cara Burrows. Message me, I'll get you all the info. She's amazing and I loved it. I did a 4-week group one. Loved it. All right. Sorry, sidetracked. That's why I can't look at the chat. If you have any questions while I go through, look at the chat or put it in the chat and I will definitely answer. When you get a new recruit, the biggest thing, guys, and I'm going to stress this multiple times, is really to get to know your recruit. Get to know them as a person and get to know what they need. So like you could have a recruit that's going to need you to message every single day, multiple times a day, really walk them step by step through every little thing. Then you're going to have the recruits that are like the more natural go-getters, or if they've been watching you for a while, if they've been involved for a while, they kind of like are self-initiators and they want to get started and kind of do their own thing. And you don't need to talk to them multiple times a day. You need to talk to them a little bit less. And everybody wants to work their business a little differently. So really knowing your recruit and how to support and how to love on that person as an individual instead of trying to make robots is super important because everybody does their business differently. And that's one of the beautiful things about Zaya is not everything is scripted exactly how they have to do it. So first thing first, get to know your recruit, tailor their training to what their needs are so that they feel the success. Because again, it's about them and their business, not about you and yours. Support them in the little things getting started, making the Facebook group, making a group name, introducing Zaya. Do they need help with a launch party? Guys, something that I truly believe is everybody should launch their business in the first 5 to 7 days of starting to be a rep. And the reason why is they've got the excitement, they've got the momentum, but they also need to like slow down a little bit and get everything set up. So there's no reason to not get going right away. Like they don't need their rep kit. They can start before they have any Zaya in their hands. And that's one of the great things about Zaya is like, you don't have to own everything to be able to talk about it. And that's why we have such an amazing team. So that's one of the big things is like, you have to be able to know your rep, know where they are and get them going quick because they have that momentum and that excitement and you want to play off of it, but you also don't want them to like, hey, launch the next day because they need to slow down and like get the email from Zaya, get into their back office, make a link. They need to slow down, go slow to go fast with that. But about 5 days should be more than sufficient. If they don't have any Zaya, like I said, is no problem. Get them going anyways. Help them. This is another big one for me. Help them visualize what they want. It's not about what you want them to do. It's about what they want. My goal for my new reps is always to hit 1K in their first month. That pays back the starter kit almost. So it's like if they hit the 280 in commission, that pays, it's $15 less than their starter kit, which is huge. And like that's, they already feel like they got an investment then. But what do they want? Do they want to pay off a student loan? Are they doing this because they want a new hobby? And how much are they going to invest if it's a hobby? Do they want it? Do they just want new clothes? Oh, good Lord, people. Sorry, new people coming in. I'm not good at this. Do they just want the new clothes? Like that was me when I started. I just wanted to be able to make enough money to get my clothes. So you got to have that coming too. Anna, don't be sorry. I'm just really bad at Zoom. I'm going to get there, everybody. Sorry. Make a checklist and work with them. If you don't have a plan yet in your checklist, work on that too. We have a checklist for what you need to do. I'll be sharing that a little bit later, but also have a checklist for what they need to do. So for me, like I send them a welcome email, and in my welcome email that I can show you guys, it has like the 50 names in 5 minutes, which is huge. Like some people are like, I don't have anyone to sell to. Yeah, you do. Here's 50 names, 5 minutes. It'll give you an idea of people to add to your group or talk to. I also send a new rep checklist, and I send my workbook. So Erica was really kind and made a Zaya Fire workbook. I took that. I took another one that I saw and I kind of married the two and I made my own. So you can do it however is best for you guys. But having some kind of welcome email is really helpful because then they can go back and reference. In that welcome email, I have like a, hey, I'm so glad you joined. Welcome. I'm really happy you're here. This is going to be a great business for you. I have the groups that I'm going to add them to and what the groups are, because you don't want to overwhelm everyone. If they like, and start small with adding people to groups and start really small with adding people to chats. Because I know you guys all feel it on Wednesdays. If you're in multiple chats, that thing is going off insanely. You don't want to freak out your new person. When I joined, I was in a chat and I actually messaged my upline and I'm like, how do you ever keep up? I am teaching right now. This was even before COVID happened. I'm like, I'm teaching right now. This thing went off all day. How do I get it to stop? Like, help me out. I started to feel like I couldn't do it. And that's exactly what you don't want your new rep to feel. So like add them to your frontline chat. A couple days later, add them to your downline, like whole downline chat. If you only have a frontline chat, perfect. Start there, start small, and then grow bigger as they need more. That sizing group, for example, I never add people to the sizing group because I don't use that group on Facebook. So there's like that Facebook group page on Facebook. I never use it. So if you don't use it and you don't find it useful yourself, don't add other people to it. It's just another thing that they're like, shit, I have to learn all this. And that's overwhelming and makes people feel icky, like they can't handle it all. So start slow to go fast. So after you visualize what you want them to do, like I was saying, the welcome email, definitely make sure that they know exactly what they can reference, how they get there, all the fun things with that. And then this is the real fun part. I love seeing all the welcome posts. It is my goal in life to welcome every single person that comes into Zaya Fire. Like that is my goal and I'm really weird about it. But the second I see that welcome post, I get super excited. I say welcome, I do a smiley face. But I'm going to tell you, some people sound way more excited when they make that welcome post than others. So don't just say welcome, blah, blah, blah to Zaya Fire. No. Lacey, I see you right now. So I'm going to use you as an example. Welcome, Lacey. I'm so excited she's here. This girl is a CrossFit god. The woman is 9 months pregnant and always pregnant, and she can lift more than I can lift, not pregnant, at the best shape of my life. She's going to be a Zaya queen and sell the shit out of this and rock her business. That sounds way more fun than welcome to Zaya Fire. Make the person feel excited and welcome. That is setting the tone for one, how people are going to welcome them, and two, how they feel like you feel with them coming into their business. You are excited for every single rep that comes. Make them feel excited too. It doesn't mean you have to have the most beautiful graphic in the world, but if you want a graphic, like obviously put their picture, because we always say community over leggings. I mean, community over competition. We're all sign for the leggings, stay for the community. Let's make them feel welcome. Add a picture. Don't have a cute graphic, that's fine, but write a text that's more than just welcome, because that sets the tone. Make sure that they're in your Facebook group if you have one. If you don't have one, that's fine. Do it for your upline, wherever you are until you hit Zaya Fire. The marketing and design and the on fire Zaya are the ones that I really do. The sizing one, like I said, I don't use it, so I don't add people to it unless they need it or until they need it. So be cognizant of not overwhelming. I already talked about adding them to the appropriate chats. You don't want to overwhelm them. And then here's the next thing. Hey, you're a leader. The second that you sign someone as a rep, you are their leader. You are their upline. You are their biggest cheerleader. You are their biggest support. My new reps hear from me way more often than the rest of in my personal messages, unless we are best friends, because then you hear from me anyways. But you want to really make someone feel like you have their back. You are here to support them. You're here to make them be like, hey, you can work this business and you can work it hard and you can be successful. What baby steps do you need? The biggest cheerleader. Yes, Erica. absolutely biggest cheerleader. And celebrate those small wins. They made a Facebook group. Hey, great job making that Facebook group. You don't need to like shout it out to the world, but show them that you notice them and that they're doing something awesome, because everyone wants to feel those wins, even, no matter if they're huge or small. And then guys, I cannot tell you this enough. Do not tag them in every single training video and be like, you have to watch this, you have to watch this, you have to watch this. Yes, our training videos are phenomenal. And if someone has a question and you're like, hey, we actually have this really great video, let me tag you in it. That's like one video. That's not 10 million. If you tag someone in 10 million videos that we have, because we have a lot of videos, we have a lot of really great leaders on our team, and they've made some really amazing videos. If you show them all the videos that are great from the get-go, they're going to feel that overwhelmed feeling like they can't do this. But if you show them step by step, when they do need something, it feels manageable. They can feel successful because they can have finished something and then they can go on to something else. But starting small is really going to be vital when you're doing this. And for some people, they want to be tagged in the videos. Like I know I have someone on my front line that was like, I'd rather have the videos and do the videos as I want and as I go. And that's the way that they function and they work. So that's where I said earlier, you got to know your downline, know how they want to learn, know how they want things. But the majority of people don't want just a streamline of videos. Yes, Erica, I agree. When I have people that are doing a million questions, I get on a Zoom call with them. I've done this several times. I had one of my girls who's so great. She was so slow getting started, but because she wanted to know everything, which is the way her mind works. So we got on a Zoom call every week for like 2 months and figure out what your person needs and get them what they need. They could be on a Zoom call for 30 minutes with you and get so much information. But the second that they're like given 10 million videos, they're like, nope, it's too much. I can't handle it. These are all 10 minutes long. It's too overwhelming. But if you get on a Zoom call and you let them ask questions, they can ask as they go and it'll feel much more supportive for them. And then they're not getting a ton of stuff from the videos. I've said this a lot. Don't overwhelm your new team members. Help them take action, but make it manageable steps. When we're talking manageable steps, we're talking things like manageable steps like, hey, let's make a Facebook group. Hey, what do you think you want your name to be? I don't personally use Zaya in my name. Some people do. I didn't want to have to put independent rep. So mine's be active and inspire. Those are two things that are powerful to me. But when I started, it was Zaya with Kara because I didn't know what I want my name to be, but it was just a start to get going. What do you do with girls who are not asking questions? I ask them, hey, how you doing? Have you set up your Facebook group? Do you want help with your launch? You ask them questions and that could lead to them asking questions. If you don't have someone that's asking questions, they're probably feeling a little overwhelmed and lost. So I would be like asking them step by step, like, hey, have you made a shopping link yet? Hey, were you able to set up your group? So start small with asking them questions and see where they're at. Maybe they're not quite ready to launch and you need to figure out where they are and why they're feeling that way. Most people that quit multi-level marketing or direct sales is because their experience does not meet their expectations. You really don't want that to be your people. You want to tell them like very straightforward, like, hey, let's get you going. Because you don't want to be like, hey, this is super easy. Yeah, selling Zaya is way easier for me than when I did Usborne. And I did Usborne for like 5 seconds. I was that person that quit really quick because someone told me, hey, this is super easy. This is super easy. This is super easy. And it wasn't. So, but when I started Zaya, they said, hey, it's going to be work, but it's fun and it's exciting and you can do it. And I got through the steps and that helped a lot. Yes, ask them if they want to be on a call too, if you want to get them asking questions. The harder you make something for someone, the more impossible it seems. So really making sure that you take the time to love on your new reps and give them the time and energy that you would want if you were signing up as a rep. Oh, my child just opened the door and made me jump. Sorry about that, guys. You must motivate people to take action. So like whatever that motivation is, you need to give it to your downline using the checklist. The external motivation of just cheering them on. I'm not saying you need to buy them a ton of stuff, because if they start selling, they're going to make money, and money gets people motivated. And what do people get money by doing? Starting selling, making a group and get it out there. Get them in groups of other people so they can get ideas from a range of people. Like all those actionable steps, they're small and they're quick, but they get people going, and that's huge. Like getting people going is the biggest thing you can do, because the second someone gets that first sale, they're going to get motivated. They're going to get excited. They're going to want it even more. And getting those actions right away, visualizing, like we said earlier, what do they want and how do they get there? So they're over here saying, I want this, 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 and this. I would love to be a 10K earner, and I'm not. So I have to do all these little steps to get there, and working through them on those little steps to get to those big goals. Again, make the group, make the link, launch the close. Something cool, and I'm going to share my screen real quick, and you guys are going to laugh at me because I have a gazillion tabs open. Don't judge me. Something that, not that one, Erica's been doing for her frontline, that's a really cool idea and I love it, is that she's like, hey, this person launched. I'm Erica. I introduced Cassie Isaiah. She has fallen in love. Here are 3 ways that you can support her and cheer her on. So not if people can't spend money yet, that's okay. But they can do other things to get going. And they can get involved and comment and ask questions. They can, Evelyn, not a no. They can browse the site and snag some items that they love so they can shop, and they can book a party. So even if they're not like, oh, I don't have the money quite yet, they can book that party and get going. And then another really fun thing to do too for your downline. Oh, great. Now my stop share button is gone. I don't know how to fix that. So we'll just keep sharing my screen for a minute. All right, Evelyn, no. All right. Sorry, I am not a Zoom fan. I've had to switch all the technology things. So sorry, guys. A lot of the ways that we can get people going is to help them book parties and get them going that way, because not everyone has the money when someone starts, but they want to support their friend's business. So if they have lots of ways to support their friend, that's a really good support for them. A new recruit doesn't need to know everything, guys. If they haven't even made a sale, let's like really think about this. Do they need to know how to make a return? No. So really don't teach them stuff until they need to know it, because if they don't know it already, then that doesn't help. And before the Zoom stuff challenged me, sorry guys, this is why I shouldn't host anything. Once you already posted this, another way to support your rep during their new launch, I add my new reps to a party, and it's like either a recent party that I'm doing, or it's a party that I did recently. And so they can go back to a party they've been in with me if they want, but they can see how a party looks, and they can use those exact posts as their launch, or they can tweak them and figure it out how they want to say it so it sounds like them. But it helps people have a guideline, and then they can see how it really looks. It's similar to like the mock party idea, but with people in it, so they can see the progression and like what should be happening. And then another thing that I like to do is go live. Like, I don't care where you are in my downline. You could be in my 5th or 6th level, and I will still, if you want me to, go live in your launch, go live in your VIP group, go live whenever you want and show close. That's part of being an upline. It's like, hey, they might not have a huge inventory yet. They could not have unwind joggers say, if they got cozies in their thing, but they could be like, hey, there's a lot of unwind colors available and there's a lot of unwind sizes available. I really want to show those. Can someone help me with this? And so it doesn't really matter where you are in my downline. I have someone in like my third, fourth level that I was talking to today that was like, hey, do you care? Would you mind going live? I don't have a ton of inventory yet. No, absolutely not. I will go live in any of my downline. Oh, heck. Someone could message me from this call tonight and be like, Hera, I don't have the twist tank that you're wearing. Could you show it to me, my downline? Or, hey, I want to show teacher outfits on my VIP. I'm a teacher, guys. I wear Zaya all day, every day. I'm on the floor a lot. I'm teaching elementary. Like, sure, I'll show you teacher outfits in Zaya. It doesn't matter. Like there's no reason as a team why we can't go live in someone else's group. So do that, have fun with it, enjoy. It's so much fun. But that helps them get those sales, helps them get that excitement, helps them see a live that's not perfect. Hey guys, exhibit A. I'm not doing great on technology in this Zoom, but I'm still here and I'm still doing it and I'm not perfect. And that's okay because all of you can do it too. And you don't have to be perfect. Hi. But that's just how it is. And giving them manageable small steps and supporting them through it will help them feel that success and also help them not feel like an island. I don't know how many of you see Zaya Marketing and Designs. I think that's the name of it. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. How many of those reps though that need help? Someone posted that they didn't know how to do an exchange the other day. Can someone help them? We don't have that on our team. And the reason we don't have that is because we put that community first. And we know that anyone on our team needs something. Hey, guess what? We're going to show up and we're going to help them. But we want people to feel that from the beginning. So having people feel like they're not on an island and they have that help and that support and they can call you or text you or however you communicate with your downline is really vital. You don't want someone to feel like they're on an island and by themselves when they're signing up. Give your recruits training in the back office. I really, really highly suggest getting on a Zoom call with your reps when they sign up, if they need help in the back office. Some people that have done MLMs in the past don't need that help, but some people do. And if you can get on a Zoom call and walk them through some of those steps and show them some things in the back office, that can be so powerful and so helpful to new downline. If you have several that signed up, like if you're one of those people that hit the 3 by 2,500 this month, first, congratulations, because you're a boss. Second, get all 3 of those girls on a Zoom and show them how to work the back office and things that they need to know. And I can't stress the need to know. Wait until they need to know something until they need to know it, because otherwise it's just overwhelming. This is a huge one for me. Celebrate, 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 celebrate. You are their biggest cheerleader. These people are signing up and they want to have a business and they want to sell and they want to be successful. And you're their biggest cheerleader. They're making you money. Why wouldn't you cheer them on? Money talks, people. So really, I can't share enough, like celebrate every little win. If they have their first sale, celebrate them. If they went live for the first time, celebrate them. If they made their Facebook group, celebrate them. It doesn't have to be a huge, like make a graphic for every little thing, but it should be a like, hey, that's awesome. I'm so glad you did this, or proud of you that you stepped up here. I will happily show you, Carrie, how to screen share on Zoom, not in a giant call, but I will happily do that for you. Help them find their way, guys. This is it's a daunting thing when you start it. You see people that are way up here that have all these people underneath them, and you're like, I want to get there. And it's daunting. You have to start in small, manageable steps. You don't teach a kid how to potty train. Sorry, that's the first thing that came to mind. By being like, all right, go poop on the toilet. Congratulations, you did it. No, you start with, hey, let's sit on the toilet. Hey, here's a sticker if you pee in the toilet. You start small and you work your way up. And that's the exact same thing you need to do with a rep. not all one size fits all, not all learning the same way. Guys, if you have multiple kids, I don't, but I have multiple kids at school and I potty train all the time. Not all of them learn how to potty train the same way. Not all of them are going to learn how to be a rep the same way, and nor should they, because some are boys and some are girls and they're all different. Sorry, that's the reference you guys get tonight. It's just what happens. All right, does anyone, oh, before we leave, I wanted to show you guys a couple more things. Let me pull them up. So we have this new rep checklist.
Kara, do you want to see if anybody has questions to drop them in the chat before you hop off?
Oh yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
I know they've been asking, but
yes, start putting them in the chat while I go over this checklist. So guys, okay, here's a new rep checklist. Mine is very similar to this, but I do, oh, I forgot to say this, guys, don't put them in the Ignite Your Fire training if they're not ready to start launching. If they're not quite ready, push pause, because if you put them in the Ignite Your Fire training, it'll be really overwhelming, and that you don't want to overwhelm I cannot say it enough. You do not want to overwhelm your new reps, because then it feels impossible. Schedule phone calls, answer all the questions, help them with sizing, guys. There's nothing worse than when you sign up and you have a ton of returns because you didn't know the sizing. And sizing is hard. Like, you can be in it a while and still need help with sizing. So look through this. If you want the new enrollment checklist, send me a message. I can get that to everybody that wants it. But I can't tell you guys enough. Like, really walk your people through, show baby steps, give that time and attention, give that, people need that in their lives. How involved are you with your level 2 and level 3 reps? That's a great question, and it depends on their upline. So if I know their upline, guys, I have a very great front line. I'm going to caveat that by saying this. My front line is phenomenal, and I work on helping coach them how to be a downline. But every single person that joins my team, no matter where they are in the line, I message every single one of them. And I say, hey, my team's called Zaya Inspire. I'm like, welcome to Zaya Inspire. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Kara. I am somewhere in your upline. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm here for you and I want to support you. And I can't wait to watch you kick ass in this business, or something along those lines. Depends on the person, because some people really don't like curse words, and I don't really consider ass that bad, but I don't want to offend anyone. But then that opens the door for them to be able to come to me if they have any questions. And then depending on how much they talk to me, depends how much sometimes I talk to them. I have some reps that are like, hey, I really love you and so, and I'm so grateful for both of you. And I'm so glad that I can come to you guys, because I know you're both working, and it really makes it great that I have 2 people I can go to. I have some that I'm just like become friends with, and I love them, and I'm so excited. And if someone wants to work this business, I don't care where they are in my downline. If they are working it and they show up and they do the dang thing, I will be as involved as they want me to be. I hope that answered that question.
Kara, I'll just step in here too. You guys, I think the best thing to do is not care where they fall. Like, I don't know. I mean, Kara's the one who told me where she fell in my downline. I don't know. You're not a leveler to me. You're just a person on my team. And so I think it's important that we look at people as people that you want to help versus, oh, you're my level 2 or my level 3. But I do say, like, if Kara reaches out to me, I would reach out to her upline and say, hey, so-and-so is reaching out. It sounds like she's wanting this business more. How can I support you in your leadership role? I think that's really important to also respect, like, uplines roles. And you're going to have uplines who end up not being great uplines, and that's okay. But at the end of the day, growth is growth, right? Sorry, Kara.
No, I completely agree with everything you just said. Doesn't matter where someone is in my downline, but I also do let their upline know, like, hey, so-and-so is talking to me. Have you guys been talking about this? I don't want to go against the advice you're giving. Or do you want me to reiterate the advice you're giving? Because that's sometimes, like, 5 different people can say the same thing. I could be telling my team the same thing and beating it with a dead horse. And then Erica goes live and fire and says the exact same thing I did, and somehow they magically hear it. So it's like a unicorn. Do we have any other questions? I tried to keep up with the chat. Oh yeah, Lacey, you look very sexy.
She's like a smoldering, sexy, beautiful pregnant woman right now. I like want to be like her when I grow up. Can we just unmute, guys, and give it up for Kara? Like, this is such a great training and we appreciate her so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
thank you guys.
Kara, it was great.
For doing
Thank
this.
you.
Kara, it was
Thank you.
awesome.
Let me
Thanks,
know if you guys
Kara.
have any questions. I am around
Thank
here,
you.
but I
That's
teach
my
during the day.
favorite.
So if you don't hear back from me right away, I apologize.
Thanks, Kara. We'll talk to you later, babe.
Bye.
Bye.